Hello and welcome back. I'm going to cleanse our space. I'm going to cleanse myself. And if you want to join in the intention of cleansing yourself, all you have to do is set the intention. And I will send that cleansing out to you as well. I hope you're having a good day so far. It's sunny here again, which is always welcome. And I just want to remind everyone that the intention and the mission of this channel is to send loving, healing energy to animal and plant spirits, and to encourage you, if you feel led, to join in sending that loving energy to the plant and animal spirits. I was guided a little over maybe 2 months ago to work with sending loving, healing, protective energy to the plant spirit, or to the animal spirits rather, at first. And then it became evident that I was to include the plant spirits as well. And I know that the last several days we have been focusing on animals that have come through to me in a meditation, where in earlier videos I was shuffling and pulling energies, pulling the animal energies live, and we're going to get back to that in maybe one more video like this, and then we were going to move back to doing that. So I'm just working through this list that stepped forward and seemed to want more attention right now. So I just trusted that. So with that in mind, today we're going to work with owl spirit medicine. And the message is, you see clearly now. And for some reason, I can't get this to come into focus where it sits. I've tried, but the camera wants to move in and out, and I think it might have something to do with the candle. The flickering of the candle seems to want to change the depth. So I'm just going to go with it. So the owl spirit is number 43. And I'm going to go ahead and read our message. And again, I will read the upright as well as the reversed, since I didn't draw it live. Okay, owl spirit. Owl spirit arrives to remind you that the wisdom within you is informed by your keen senses and the wisdom within the consciousness we all share. Even in the darkest night, the owl sees clearly and is guided by every sense it has, including the first sense of intuition. Right now, your sensitivities are turbocharged, and you are receiving messages from all directions. Owl spirit reminds you to be wise and pay attention to what's between the lines, what is invisible to the naked eye, what cannot be heard with the ears, and what others may not be able to perceive. With all your senses aroused, you have much knowledge available to you. Clarity will come as you sit with all that. Clarity will come as you sit with all that you are sensing, allowing your intuition to guide you in understanding the whole and not just the parts. Let your wisdom arise and be your guide as you trust the acuity of all your senses. Intuition is real and can provide the clarity you need to understand your situation right now. Your relationship, your finances, your job, whatever it is, you can see the truth clearly now. The protection message. Are you feeling overwhelmed and overpowered by all that you are sensing? Are you highly sensitive right now and in information overload, feeling too much and taking in too much stimulation? The antidote for overwhelm is to become grounded and return to your safe nest so wisdom can offer you clarity and guide you on managing the flow. Take a break to ground yourself in the reality of your everyday senses. Go for a walk in nature. Perhaps you can stop to lie on the ground or hug a tree, or just stroll down the street beneath the soothing sky so that you can regroup and clear your energy field. Your wisdom and ability to make sense of all you are feeling and experiencing will return as owl spirit reminds you of your need to get clear. This is very interesting that we would pull, or that I would be guided rather, to look at owl spirit when we just entered Pisces season. And what is one of the key features of Pisces energy? It can be really foggy, it can be really confusing, and it also can be incredibly and highly intuitive. So everything in that message is really in strong alignment with Pisces energy. And like I said, it can be confusing, but it can be highly intuitive. And it sounds like the owl spirit is encouraging us to use grounding as a method to balance the confusion with the clarity, or maybe move from confusion to clarity, and also from intuition to clarity. Because confusion is definitely cloudy. You know, when you're feeling confused and you can't figure something out, it can be very frustrating. But also, when you tap strongly into intuition, it can be frustrating also, because we can be tempted to question ourselves. We can be questioning everything that comes through. Did I imagine that? Is that really real? Is my higher self really communicating? And if we get grounded, we can help to anchor that energy, whether it's the confusion and thoughts are kind of spinning around, because sometimes that means you're in your mind a little too much. Or if we're in our intuition too much, then we're too, and I really don't like the term airy fairy, because I think that's incredibly negative, and I don't really like that term, but that's kind of the sense of it, where you're up in the clouds, so to speak. And if you know any Pisces people with strong Pisces, they can tune right out. Like, you can be having a conversation with a Pisces and they're not there. They're not there. And when the conversation's over, it's like you might as well not have had the conversation, because they didn't absorb anything about it. And that's not a dig. It's just that sometimes they tend to live up in the upper realms and they don't always remember to ground. And then when you have a conversation or an interaction and they can't remember anything about it, it's kind of, it can be comical, but it can also be frustrating depending on the situation. But also, Pisces can be incredibly intuitive, and they can be aware of things in a situation that everyone else misses, because they're pulling information out of the higher realms. So no dig on Pisces, just saying that they can run the spectrum, and they can also be, they can be a little confusing. If you have to communicate important information with the Pisces, you might have to repeat yourself and make sure they repeat it back to you so that you know that they got it, because of their gift of being in the higher realms. They sometimes it's just not important to them a lot of times. So it's kind of funny when you interact with a Pisces or somebody with Pisces placements in their chart. So anyway, owl spirit, beautiful spirit, beautiful spirit. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath and send some loving, almost said loving messages, but I meant loving energy to the owl spirit. And let's just ground ourselves. We can do that a number of ways. One of the ways I like to get grounded is there's a little creek type spot not too far from where I live. And so if I feel a little scattered, going there helps me to get centered and refocus my energy and get grounded. I always feel better after I've been there. I always feel calmer. I used to go to a lake years back, and I would feel like I needed to be there, and I would just go, and it would really settle any chaotic energy. And it was one place where I felt like my mind shut off, where I would be there and time would pass and I wouldn't even be able to recall what I was thinking about. It was just peaceful, and it would definitely ground me. So everybody has a different way. Sometimes people just need to like sit on the ground or lean against a tree. Sometimes just holding a crystal or a rock in your hand can help ground you. So today, as we're sending energy, let's picture ourselves being grounded, whatever way that works for you, especially if you can't do it right now in the moment. What makes you feel grounded? Do you spend more time in your mind or in your intuition? Both are necessary. Take another deep breath. Okay. Pendulum's letting us know that sending energy is complete for now. I just want to thank you so much for being here. Remember that Owl Spirit is telling us you see clearly now. So trust that. If there's something that you've been struggling with, trust that clarity is on the way. Trust that you'll know what you need to know, and you'll know it exactly when you need to know it. I want to thank you again for being here. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.